Hi everyone, my name's Tim, and today I'm going to be talking to you about So This Is Love, A Twisted Tale by Elizabeth Lim. Really, ooh, shiny. Ooh, it's catching the light really well there. So, this is one of the Disney Twisted Tale series, and the twist here is, what if Cinderella never tried on the glass slipper? Unable to prove that she's the missing princess, and unable to bear life under Lady Tremaine any longer, Cinderella starts work at the palace as a seamstress. However, when Cinderella finds herself witness to a grand conspiracy to take the king and the prince out of power, she is faced with questions of love and loyalty to the kingdom. Cinderella must find a way to stop the villains of past and present before it's too late. Uh, so, I enjoyed this. This is a good book. This is one of the better Twisted Tales books for me. I enjoyed this. One thing that I liked was that the twist is straight away. So, at the beginning of the book, Cinderella's already run away from the ball, and the Grand Duke is out trying to find the girl with the glass slipper. And it just means that the whole thing is basically new plot, which is nice. I like that. One thing is that then, very early on, Lady Tremaine is the villain, but then she steps away from the plot for a while. I'm not going to kind of go into why, because I think it's spoilers, but I would say Lady Tremaine isn't the villain here. Um, uh, the villain here is it's kind of a twist, so I'm not going to spoil it. But they're very like evil, which is nice to read. It's nice to read a good proper bad guy. I think it's pretty obvious from early on that the person is not a good person, and then they get more and more evil throughout the book and do more bad things, and then at the end they're like full on lunatic, which is good. Uh, One thing is that Cinderella ends up working in the castle, so almost the whole plot takes place in the castle, which I really like. I like. There's a new character here called Genevieve, who is the king's sister, a duchess, and Cinderella ends up being her maid, her like personal assistant to help her do stuff. And she's the best character in the book. Honestly, she's brilliant. She has an incredible innate sense of confidence and is stern and strict, but kind and fair. Uh, she stands up for what's right. She stands up for Cinderella. Um, yeah, was good. I think the prince is good in this. Prince Charming. You see what he's about. You see that what he wants to do, how he is growing and changing, and knowing that he will become king, and looking to do what is right for the kingdom. I like that. A big strength here is Cinderella and Prince Charming. Their romance in this, you really feel it. You really feel it because it starts right at the beginning with them dancing and talking, and then the clock strikes midnight. So you immediately see that there's a connection there, and then there's a lot of they kind of almost miss each other in the castle. So they're like ships in the night. So that's an enjoyable little bit of tension in the book, and uh, when they do eventually get together, spoiler alert. Yeah, that's not. It's called So This Is Love. It's really good. Like they have a really really strong connection, and you buy into it. You really buy into it. Both the romance of the occasion, but also how they just get each other, and that's really nice. Um, and then we get to Cinderella. So Cinderella is the protagonist, and she has been through so much trauma due to Lady Tremaine that she's she's just got into her head that she's not allowed to be happy, which is something that happens to people. You know, people who are abused, um, they then can become almost self-destructive when things go well because they just need to something in the back of their brains like I'm currently happy, I need to change that. You know, I can't actively make myself happy because I'm not allowed to be, because I've never been allowed to be. And that's a big source of tension in this book. Is you've got Cinderella and Prince Charming in the same place, and she's like, "Well, I can't go talk to him because he doesn't really love me. It was just a thing. Like, I'm not allowed. I can't do that. I can't do that." And she's putting so many blockers in front of her, which, on a positive side, is, hey, this is how people who have been abused actually react to things quite often. They can't actively make their lives better because they don't know how, and they have a guilt about doing that, and they rationalize, oh no, that's not meant for me, that's not meant for me. On the negative side, it means that the plot could be solved very, very quickly. She could just go talk to him, and then the book would be over. So all of this other stuff happens because she doesn't do that. So it's both a good thing and a frustrating thing. Yeah, I like the subplots about magic and the kingdom and what's going on with the kingdom and the king and things like that. I think they're good subplots. They take over more towards the end because actually the romance gets solved probably about 2/3 of the way through, and I would say the last act is a different plot, which is fine, and then it links back to the romance, so it works. It works. I really enjoyed this. I gave this 4 stars. Again, with almost all of these books, they feel a little bit long, but that's fine. That's okay. But this is definitely one of the better ones by Elizabeth Lim. So if you, I would recommend this if you like Cinderella, because I think it's still Cinderella. It's not so twisted that it's a completely different story. It's not like, what if Cinderella was in space? It's still Cinderella, and it's an enjoyable story. So I gave it 4 stars, and I'd really recommend it. Anyway, I have also just hit 50 subscribers, so thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it, and maybe let's see if we could try and get to 100 now. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Anyway, if you've read this book, or let me know in the comments below, or let me know what is your favourite part of the Cinderella film or story. That would be nice. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.